about security, network security. Okay, it's another main topic in computer networks. Here, in this chapter, we talk about some basic principles of network security. Especially, we talked about cryptography and confidentiality, authentication, message integrity, and also we talked about some practice in security using different devices in computer networks to keep secure, to keep the network secure. Okay, we will talk about all of this, and we will talk about firewalls. We will talk about IDS systems and how we can receive security in application layer, in transport layer, in network layer, or in data links layer. Okay, so this chapter is important for us because we know that in current days the network security is the utmost important topic for us, because we can see that the computing devices influence all of our lives. We keep everything in our computing devices, and most of them are connected to the internet. So security is important for us. In chapter 8, we talked about security, but let me start with this. What is network security? When we talk about what is network security, we should, to answer this question, what is network security, we should present some important concepts. Maybe someone says that security is keeping confidentiality. What does it mean? When we talked about confidentiality, it means that I'm sending a message to another one, okay? And I'm trying to keep it confidential, to keep that message confidential. It means that only me as the sender, okay? Only me and the receiver understand what is inside that message. For example, if I try to send a message for Ahmed Faiz, okay? Nobody of you should understand the content of my message. Nobody of you. This is the confidentiality. For example, if I say, Ahmed Faiz, how are you? Are you okay? All of you can understand what I'm saying. Okay? So this message is not confidential. Instead of this, I can encrypt. Firstly, I can encrypt my message to Ahmed. Then I can send it over the network. And Ahmed can decrypt the received message, and he knows, oh, he's asking me, who am I? How am I? You can see that message, that encrypted message, but you cannot understand what is the real content of that message. In your daily life, most of times, for example, you have some secrets with some other guys, and for example, you saying, okay, it's very good, for example, And the other side, who knows? Okay, it means everything is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is bad. Happens bad. Okay, this is a simple method for encryption. You say something, and the other side understands something else. But if I hear to the message, I understand something else. I can't understand the real or the main content of that message. So when we talk about confidentiality, we are looking for this. Encrypting a message, sending it over a common network, a common platform. Look at this, a common platform over internet. It means that someone else can stand in that network. It's not a dedicated network. Someone else can sit over that network, and he or she can hear my message. So I'm encrypting the message, then sending it over the network, over a shared network, and the other side, the receiver, receives the message, decrypts it, and extract the real message. This is one of the means of security when we talked about security, but it's not all of security. We have another aspect too, authentication. What does it mean? What is authentication? For example, here, how can I understand Ahmed Faiz himself? Maybe someone else enters into the class and type the name Ahmed Faiz, for example. So how should I understand that Ahmed Faiz is my student in this class? Is the real Ahmed Faiz? We call it authentication. The sender and receiver should confirm their identities to each other. Both sides. Maybe one side, maybe both sides. They should confirm their identity to the other side. Okay? The third aspect of network security is message integrity. What does it mean? It means that if I send a message to Ahmed, Ahmed should understand that my message is completely delivered to him, and if the message has been corrupted or has been altered during this pass, because I'm sending the message over a shared network, over a common network. Okay, some other guys are in this network, so they may alter the message, make some changes in the message. So Ahmed wants to ensure that if the message is altered, he can understand that message is altered. That message is changed by someone else. I don't know who changed the message, but Ahmed should uh, be ensured that my message is altered or no. Maybe during transmission, maybe after receiving, I don't know. So message integrity means that the sender and receiver want to ensure the message is not altered. And if it's altered, the sender and receiver should detect that alteration, that changes in the message. oh, this message is altered, this message has been changed somewhere else. I don't know, but this message is changed. The content of this message is changed. For example, someone add something else into the message. So the sender, please resend your message, or please confirm that your message is correct. Is it your message? Did you send this message? This is the role of message integrity. I should understand that I'm sending the correct message. And if my message has been altered or has been changed during the pass onto the receiver should understand that this message is changed. I don't know why. I don't know who applied these changes. Who altered the message? I don't know. But I know that this message is altered. Okay? This is the third aspect of network security. And the fourth one is access and availability. It means that I should receive a service always, all the time. The service should be accessible and available all the time. In today's, we can see lots of DOS attack and DDoS attacks. What is DOS or DDoS attack? In DOS or DDoS attack, the intruder tries to send lots of requests to a server. The server would be congested, and so the server could not answer to the real requests, to the legal requests. So I'm a legal user. I'm trying to connect to the server and receiving a service. As much as I tried, I see that server is busy, stay, and I don't receive responses from that server. Why? Because the server is under attack, under DDoS attack. So I see that server is not available. I cannot access to the server. DOS or DDoS attack are standing among the most dangerous attacks in current days. DDoS attacks are easy, but they are standing among the most effective attacks. They are easy, but they are very powerful attacks. And we will try to cut the access of legal users to a server. So access and availability are another aspect of network security. Are there any aspects in network security? Yes. There are other aspects. But three main aspects of network security are confidentiality, authentication, and message integrity. These are standing as a basic of network security. And access and availability are important too, but some others, if you look on different books, in computer networks or in security topics, computer security topics, you can find different other principles around the network security. But in this book, we only talk about these four basic principles. Okay. So let me start with this items here. And firstly, let me start. Let me start with Alice and Bob, two lovers. Alice and Bob. In Farsi, Khosrow and Shirin, or Layli and Majnun. If you read Farsi books, you can find Layli and Majnun and Khosrow and Shirin. They are lovers, couple lovers. In when we talked about network security, those lovers are Alice and Bob. Okay, Alice and Bob are fall in love together, and a third person, Trudy, here, this guy here, he tries to corrupt this relation. He or she acts everything to corrupt this relation, the relationship between Alice and Bob. Okay? And the truth is, sits here between Alice and Bob. Alice and Bob has a channel to send their messages, and Trudy is in this is sitting here in this channel. If Alice and Bob send their information over an unsecure channel, the Trudy can hear, the Trudy can interrupt or alter the message and maybe hijack the station between Alice and Bob. If Trudy hijacked a station between Alice and Bob, then he can send some bad information, some bad information or something wrong to Alice or Bob. For example, to the Bob, the Trudy says that, okay, Bob, I don't love you. You are a bad man. And at the same time, sending to Alice, oh, you are not good. You are crazy. I don't know. You are stupid, Alice. You are not beauty or something like that. So this Trudy can do everything because he or she is sitting here, right, over the communication channel between Alice and Bob. So if Alice and Bob wants to send their information without any interrupts or without any problem, any altering, any changes, they have to use a secure channel. They should create a secure channel between themselves and then sending and receiving their messages over this secure channel. Everything should be sent over this secure channel. And at that time, the Trudy cannot understand what they say. Okay, but one main question, who is Alice and Bob in real life? Who is Layli and Majnun, Khosrow and Shirin in real life? It's a story. Layli and Majnun is a story. But in real life, who is Bob and Alice? Yes, in real life you cannot find Layli and Majnun or Khosrow and Shirin. I know, but in our real life, over a digitalized life, over this World Wide Web, over this connected life, we have several Bobs and Bobs and Alices. Bob or Alice can be a web browser and a web server. This platform here, my Adobe Connect, I'm connecting to a server. So my Adobe Connect client can be Alice or Bob, and the server on the other side, the Adobe Connect server. It can be Alice or Bob. Maybe, for example, my Adobe Connect is Bob and the server is Alice, or I am Alice and the server is Bob. When I'm doing an electronic transaction, especially when we are working on online purchasing, we can see Alice and Bob. When we are working on online banking, when we talk about DNS servers, DHCP servers, BGP routers, BGP routing protocols. If we look around, we can see there are several thousands of Alice and Bobs all around us. So Alice and Bob are not story. They are real in our lives, in our life. We should be care about them. Okay. My browser is Alice. Okay, I'm accepting this. But who is the bad guy? Who is Trudy? Or bad girl? I don't know. Okay? Bad guy or bad girl. Who is he? And what he or she can do? The bad guy or bad girl can do truly a lot. Maybe that guys intercept my messages. Maybe they actively insert some messages from my side, sending some messages from my side to the other side. Maybe they create a fake identity of mine, and using that fake identity or spoofing my ID, the Trudy can send information from my side to the other side. Okay, I'm Hussein Afarian. I'm asking to send me, for example, $10,000 if you want to pass this course. Okay? Then you receive this information, this message from my side. Is it true? Afarian asked me to do this. He asked to send $10,000 to put $10,000 in my pocket if you want to pass this course. Is it true? It's an impersonation. Someone else create a fake identity of mine, okay, and send some bad request from my side. Regarding IP spoofing. Maybe the bad guys hijacked my session. It means that they take over my connection with Alice or Bob. And if they do this, the Trudy can receive my messages, and then the Trudy can change my message and send something else to, for example, Alice or Bob. And then, when the Trudy receives the messages from Alice or Bob, the Trudy can change them and send something else to me. We call it hijacking, taking over the connection. So at that time, I'm not directly connected to the other side. And and maybe I lost the connection forever because of hijacking. Someone else comes and insert himself in my places. That is terrible. Hijacking is terrible because in the first steps, I'm passing the authentication steps. I'm passing the authentication process, and now it truly hijacked my session, and all these things that I'm the real Hussein, but I'm not, because it truly hijacked my session. Oh, Alice, I'm not. Someone else has instead of me. That is true. Okay? And denial of service. We talked about this. And as I said, denial of service means that the truly or the bad guys tries to cancel receiving services by the legal users. They prevent receiving that services with the legal users. Okay? How? Simply they just overload the server. And after overloading the resources of the server, I cannot receive the service. It's simple, very simple. So hackers can do many things, and that is interesting. It's very interesting. In the primary internet, nobody can think about security, network security over internet. Nobody. If you look at, for example, TCP/IP protocol stacks, you can see there is nothing about security over the network inside the protocols. It's something true in the first days of internet. But after a while, they found that, oh, everything is wrong. We need security. So scientists try to add different security mechanisms to the networks, to computer networks, to keep it secure. And every day, you can hear about some attacks all around the world. Every day, maybe every hour. If you have an account from I forgot it. There's a security Russian security company. If you have an account from that company, you can see real-time attacks over the different networks all around the world. I forget the name of that company. Sorry. But bad guys are real. Bad girls are real. And you are living with them in the same world. So, what should we do? We should talk about those aspects, those principles that I talked about them. And the first one is cryptography. What is cryptography? Alice and Bob try to send their messages to the other side. Their messages are plain text, are in plain text. It means that their messages are not secured, are not encrypted. Plain text is a text without encryption. Okay? Alice and Bob should send their messages into an encryption algorithm In this algorithm, for example, Alice use her key as key of Alice, K of A here, key of Alice. Alice uses her key to encrypt her message. The result is ciphertext. The result is ciphertext. Ciphertext is the encrypted message encrypted by a key, an encryption key. For example, if the message is encrypted by the key of Alice, by the Alice key, look at this one. M is the plain text message, the message without encryption, and K of M, K of A of M is the encrypted message, the message which is encrypted by the key, by the Alice's key. This is the ciphertext. And in the other side, Bob will receive this ciphertext. Bob should decode or decrypt the received message by his key, K of B, okay, key of Bob. Okay? So we showed it, we presented it in this manner here. The received, the main message is M, K A of M is the encrypted message by Alice's key, and K of B of K of A of M is the decrypted messages decrypted by the Bob's key. Using the Bob's key, we decrypt the messages which is coded by the Alice's key. We present it in this manner here. So we look for this, and we know truth is here. We know that truth is here. Okay, what Trudy can do? Trudy tries to attack to this ciphertext, but what she can do, what she or he can do, okay? If Trudy has the key, simply the Trudy can decrypt the message. Simply. So we must keep all keys safe. We must keep them safe, all the keys. But okay, if Trudy has not the key, then what she can do? If Trudy has not the key, Trudy should analyze the ciphertext. If she wants to know what is inside the message, she has to analyze the message. We have two different approaches to do this, to analyze this ciphertext. The first one is using brute force technique. In brute force, the Trudy has to apply every other possible keys to decrypt the message. All of possible keys. If you use brute force strategy, I will promise that one day you can break the security. You can decrypt the message, but one day, not today, not now. Maybe 1 million years later, maybe. I don't know when. Okay? I don't know when. Maybe 1 million years later. One day you can break the security mechanism and decrypt the ciphertext. One day. So the brute force strategy can always handle the work, but we cannot grant it the time. So, for example, you are trying to register in different websites, and you can receive this message. Okay, your password is not strong enough. Use, for example, different combinations of alphabetic characters, okay, lower one or up, big one characters. Use special characters. Use numbers. Use a combination of all of these. Why? Because of this, Trudy can make a brute force attack on your account. So if you use a strong account, strong password, the Trudy should spend too many times to pass your password, to crack your password and making access to your account information. So brute force is always success, but who is care about the time? This strategy can be used only for systems with very weak, very short passwords and keys. The other strategy is using statistical analysis. For example, mostly we use this. We use this. For example, if you look over internet, you can receive a list of common passwords. Just simply look on over internet. Okay, you receive this list. So firstly, Trudy start to check those passwords over your account. And most of times, that is interesting. Most of times, the Trudy is success. Trudy success to break your account. Most of times. That is very interesting. We have two different attacks: noun plaintext attacks and chosen plaintext attacks. In noun plaintext attacks, Trudy has a plaintext. Okay, it tries to make a relation, a map between the text inside the ciphertext and the text in the plaintext. For example, the Trudy knows that this message is sent by Alice. So the Trudy will look for characters of Alice, ALICE. And the other side is Bob. So I can look for Bob too, B and O characters. Okay? Trudy knows that this message is sent between Alice and Bob. So the Trudy looks for those characters. Looks for those monoalphabetic characters. The Trudy will try to replace those characters and find the strategy for encryption in the message. And the other type of attack is chosen plaintext attack. In this type, the Trudy can choose some choose and replace some text from ciphertext with the text in plain text, directly replacing those one. Here, the first one, the Trudy tries to replace the monoalphabetic characters, and in choosing plain text, Trudy tries to replace a complete word. For example, here the Trudy can use that common list of passwords. Okay. Okay. I think that is enough for today.